even the strongest in flipping Dragon Ball. Goku cannot beat Saitama. And basically, I'm just going to be explaining to you why Goku would lose to One Punch Man or Saitama if they ever fought. So, the first thing, and the most obvious thing, which I don't know why people don't say when they talk about this, is that it's literally One Punch Man. It is One Punch Man. It doesn't matter who he's going to fight. He could be fighting Goku. He could be fighting Superman. He could be fighting Naruto, but Naruto's weak. He could be fighting Luffy. It doesn't matter who it is. Saitama doesn't have to try when he fights these people. He turns up, boom, one punch, you're finished. The only reason why we get these like cool fights in One Punch Man, like versus Boros and stuff like that, is because he's literally not trying. This guy is looking for a good fight. So when he sees someone with a little bit of potential, he's like, bro, I'm not wasting this. This is the first time I've ever to try since, I don't know, since I lost my hair, fam. So it's like, you know, when you're at your friend's house, right, and you're good at a game, let's say like Tekken, right? Let's say like me and Tyrell, for example. Tyrell can just beat us at Tekken. But it's like, if he finally found someone, he was on his level, it's like, okay, no, we're talking. Now this is something I'm actually gonna have to try against, you know? So it's one of those ones where it's like, bro, Saitama could have one-shotted Boros. He could have one-shotted the Carnage King and all these other characters. I ain't seen the manga too far, but I'm pretty sure like Garo, he literally one-shotted Garo already. I've seen it in the anime, let alone the Cosmic Garo and stuff like that. So it just goes to show that if he wanted to, he would. But he just doesn't, because he's trying to get that feeling of having a good fight again. So yeah, it's One Punch Man. Saitama's One Punch Man. And the whole point of him is that he one-shots people. He's a gag character. He's not serious. Secondly, some people say, because it's One Punch Man, and let's say, for example, in Dragon Ball, Beerus, he's called a God of Destruction. So what's stopping Beerus from just walking up to Saitama and going, oh, and just killing him? But the thing is, Saitama's not serious. This is not a serious show. If it was like a serious show like Naruto or One Piece or like basically not a gag manga, you would have a point. But it's not serious. He probably tried to Hakai him and he'd end up hearing the doing of his head or something. Like, bro, it's not serious. Like, man is sneezing at planets. Both Beerus and Saitama, they're out here sneezing off planets, bro. So you know it's just not serious. So that's point 1.5, I think. So obviously he's One Punch Man, and you can't take him serious because he's Saitama. He's just not a serious guy. Secondly, the reason why Goku can't beat Saitama is that,
how does that hit?
Quite fatty. The second reason why Goku can't beat Saitama is because of the way that they would write it, right? So I think there was a clip about Stan Lee saying, who versus who? It doesn't really matter who you think is stronger. They're going to make whoever they want to win. So because it's like, would you really want to watch a fight where Goku just turns up and does his thing? Like, he just turns up, Ultra Instinct, bodies him and leaves. Like, no, that's dead. Like, you want to see something. Like, if you go on YouTube, right, and they make all these fan fights, it's not just... One second, let me do this, because I was even looking into this. Goku versus Saitama, right? Fan animation. Alright, I don't care about all this. I'm not even on my right account, but anyways. This. It would go something like this. So fast, I didn't even see it coming. Blah blah blah. And how does it end? Bro, I have time for all this. If they wanted to, he could just make it to where he turns up and shoots them and he's dead. Like, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, I just clocked. I'm not even in the flipping video. They can literally write whatever they want to happen. So, for example, it's like, if, let's say they were actually gonna make a Goku versus Saitama, like official thing, not like fan animated, like an actual story, right? It would be so dead if one of them just turned up, blamed the other one, and it was just done. Like, if it was Goku or Saitama, and I like both, obviously, I'm a freaking Dragon Ball fan, and I'm a freaking One Punch Man fan. So the way they would do it, they probably turn up, they probably like, oh, like, there's a freaking discount at the shopping center. They go down there, Goku's there for whatever reason. I don't know why Goku would be there, but let's just say he's there. And then something would happen to cause them to fight. And then because you'd want something to watch, they'd make it scrappy, like Boros, for example. They make it scrappy. There's no point in the whole show. Like, here's the thing. You don't have a story if he just turns up and blams you. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Boring. So they make it seem like Goku would stand a chance, because if he didn't stand a chance, it would just be pointless. It would just be pointless. Who's trying to really watch that? Like, I've seen a skit, like a skit animation of Goku versus Naruto, where Naruto tries to Rasengan him and he just scratches Goku's cheek and he just floors him. But yeah, obviously that's like a 10-second skit. But would you really want that? Would you really want that? No. So when you're saying, oh, Goku could beat Saitama, Goku could beat Saitama, like, you have to realize what you're saying when you're saying it. It's not just, oh, my power level's 10 million and his power level's this. I don't even believe in power scaling anymore, because Dragon Ball, they threw that in the bin since, like, after Frieza. Oh, my power level's 2 million. Like, bro, we don't care about power levels anymore. So when they're saying, oh, yeah, and when you're saying feats, by the way, it's so pointless. I mean, feats, when it comes to this argument, you can use feats in general, like, for example, if you come in Kamehameha to Earth, the Earth is going to explode, so you basically killed everyone on Earth. Like, for example, you can use that when it's not this. But again, we're talking about Saitama here. The flipping, he'll get Kamehameha, the Kamehameha will bounce off his flipping head, bro. He's not a serious guy. This is not a serious guy. So when you're saying, oh, what's the strongest thing Saitama has done? I actually don't know, because I haven't read the manga all the way to the finish. But I know he sneezed and he blew up Jupiter and he punched and went back in time or something. He's done stuff like that. So it's not really comparable, because we also don't know Saitama's upper limit, where with Goku and Vegeta and like Dragon Ball characters, we do know the sort of like limits where you've got Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Ultra Instinct, stuff like that. We know where the limits are because you have characters to baseline them off of. Like, we know Goku's not even the strongest in flipping Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or Super or whatever. Like, he's not even the strongest in his own show. So I don't see why people are saying, oh, Goku would beat flipping Saitama. It doesn't even make sense. At least say like Beerus or Whis or someone like that, you know? That doesn't make sense. Oh my days. I don't see why people think Goku can beat Saitama, man. I don't see why people think Goku can beat Saitama. He's not even the strongest in the own show. What else did I have written? I had notes, so let me just check my notes. Oh, yeah, when I was talking about writing, they have the characters written a certain way. That's why, like, you know, Saitama is a joke character. That's why they had the whole, oh, the mosquito thing. He's the strongest in the guy, but he can't clap a freaking mosquito. No, it's just writing. It's just funny. He's struggling to clap the flipping mosquito here and here and here and here. So it doesn't really matter what you think. It doesn't really matter, like, who's done X, Y, and Z thing. It's what you want to make happen is what's going to happen. So, with that being said, I also think that Goku would not beat King. Let alone Saitama, let alone Tatsumaki, Blast, Garo, Genos. Goku would not beat King. And this is why as well. Because he would turn up in a situation and he'd be like, oh, I heard, Goku would be like, hey, King, I heard you're the strongest around here. You want to fight? And King would be just like, dun dun, dun dun. You get it? You start hearing the King engine. And then it would be like, oh, you don't want to mess with this guy, Goku. You don't want to mess with the King engine. Like, bro, Goku was dumb enough to not even realize that Manaka was not that strong. So just using that information alone, there would be some sort of way to psych out, like, King would get out of that situation somehow. I don't know how, but they would just do it in a way where he gets out and they don't fight, but it's just like, oh, King, we couldn't fight this time, but I want to fight you someday. and lo and behold, they end up doing it or not doing it, and just, you know, someone like then Saitama will come in, beat him, and then everyone will think King beat him. Everyone will think King beat him. So when it comes to Saitama in these arguments, you can't really use logic. You actually can't. They would fight, but Goku would not win. Goku just wouldn't win. Like, just based on how the characters are written. You have to use writing more than feats when it comes to Saitama, because he's not a serious character. And speaking of unserious characters, like, for example, SpongeBob, he's not a serious character. SpongeBob does not take pain. Like, you seen that one episode with the guy that's like, oh, SpongeBob, I'm gonna beat you up. And SpongeBob's like, oh, no, he's gonna beat me up. And then the guy comes, he just starts punching him, and SpongeBob just doesn't care. He's laughing at him. So you tell me, really gonna sit here and say that Goku can't beat SpongeBob against a guy who doesn't feel pain, bro? Because, oh yeah, Kamehameha, finish him. But even SpongeBob can flip and regenerate like flipping Boo, bruv. In the whole SpongeBob SquarePants, he's flipping doing all this and coming back. He comes back every time, bro. You know what? In fact, let me load this up. Because ain't no way. I know I'm in the way a bit. Let me move out the way. Look at this. SpongeBob opening. Look at this. I don't care about HD. Look at this. We all know SpongeBob. Look, man's out here regenerating. So unless you somehow, unless you're really gonna say you're gonna spirit bomb SpongeBob, and he's not even gonna feel the pain from it, what are we talking about? So, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but look at this fat guy over here, by the way, that's my brother. The moral of this story is, Goku could not beat Saitama. He just wouldn't win. It'll be a fight. It'll be a fun fight to watch. Again, we've seen all these fan animations and stuff like that, where they would make it really fun to watch, really cool to watch, really hype. But Saitama, as far as I know, just doesn't have an upper limit, and he doesn't have a raw weakness. They will just make it however they want to make it, and you just have to accept that. So with that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments. Am I chatting rubbish? Should you actually use power scaling, which I think is a whole load of rubbish? What other things? Anything you think I missed? Am I just chatting was? And I'll see you in the next video.